Hi. So thank you for staying. And the same as we did before, we're going to start the short talks. It's going to be 15 minutes long. So the feedback I have received from yesterday was very interesting. So it was interesting because everybody was on time. So we're going to be on time today as well. So the presenters, please don't use more than your time because we have 6 presenters and we have 15 minutes each, and you will have time here to help you know when you're done. So please don't use more than 15 minutes. And just so we have a very interesting group of people coming today from all over the world. And you're going to hear about initiatives on AI and also on how we can use AI for good. So those are the two things we're going to hear today. So first, we're going to hear from Krishna Anand, which is the lead data scientist on the IBM Watson Artificial Intelligence XPRIZE. And he's going to talk about using AI to solve global grand challenges and XPRIZE perspective. Please welcome Krishna.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Krishna Anand. I'm the lead data scientist at XPRIZE Foundation. My current focus at the foundation is on incorporating AI, machine learning, and data science into all our prize competitions, as well as evaluating data resources and data partners to support our future prize competitions. Today I'll be discussing a quick background of what XPRIZE is and how we're using AI to solve the global grand challenges here at XPRIZE. So to start off, for those who don't know us, XPRIZE is the world-leading prize organization. We create global incentive prizes that ask teams from all around the world to help solve the most pressing and grand challenges that humanity faces. We believe that solutions can come from anyone and anywhere. Scientists, engineers, academics, entrepreneurs, and other innovators with new ideas from all over the world are invited to form teams and compete to win the prize. Rather than throw money at a problem, we incentivize the solution and challenge the world to solve it. The mission of XPRIZE is to clearly articulate a vision of a preferred and positive future across a set of domains, to identify a roadmap of breakthroughs needed to get there, and to establish the incentive competitions that will focus the resources, talent, and technology to enable those breakthroughs and accelerate the future. At XPRIZE, we partner with individuals, companies, nonprofits, governments to put multi-million-dollar prizes in specific areas of interest to our sponsors to move forward technological advances and to create markets and to solve the most pressing global issues. As you can see, our donors and sponsors come from a diverse background, from the film industry, including James Cameron, to the tech industry with Elon Musk, to the music industry with Pharrell. All of them support the mission XPRIZE is dedicated towards. We want to inspire and guide innovators to create breakthroughs, enabling a world of abundance, a world where every man, woman, and child can have clean access to clean energy, clean drinking water, shelter, education, and healthcare they require. The first XPRIZE was the Ansari XPRIZE, which challenged private companies to invest in technology required to travel to low space orbit. The technology of our winning team, Spaceship One, which is the spaceship right there, was bought by Virgin Galactic and led to a boom in private space travel we see today with SpaceX and other companies. But of course, incentivized prizes aren't a new thing at all. XPRIZE was inspired by the Orteig Prize, which was won by Charles Lindbergh and led to massive expansion in airplane travel in the 1920s. We have launched over $140 million worth of prize purses with over a dozen awarded prizes since XPRIZE began. These include the $15 million Global XPRIZE, which was funded by Elon Musk, which focused on creating universal access to quality learning through open and accessible data and hardware. The $7 million Shell XPRIZE, which challenged teams to advance deep sea technologies for autonomous, fast, high-resolution ocean exploration. So as you can see, Our competitions cover a variety of domains, including, but not limited to, space, so the Google Learning XPRIZE, healthcare, which is the Qualcomm Tricorder XPRIZE, literacy with the Global Learning XPRIZE, and the environment with the Shell Discovery XPRIZE. Each of these prizes created an industry-changing technology that brings us closer to a better, safe, and more sustainable world. We currently have 4 active prizes. The $20 million NRG COSIA Carbon XPRIZE is a global competition to develop breakthrough technologies that will convert CO2 emissions from power plants and industrial facilities into valuable products like building materials, alternative fuels, and other items we use on an everyday basis. So the winning team for this prize will convert the most CO2 into products with the highest values. Currently, we've had teams make watches, pens, and even vodka from CO2. The $10 million ANA Avatar XPRIZE focuses on the development of an avatar system that will transport a human's senses, actions, and presence to a remote location in real time. So our ability to physically experience or utilize our skills in another location is restricted by the barriers of time and distance. And so that's what this prize tries to focus on. Additionally, we are planning on launching 5 new prizes in 2020, so stick around and check up on our website. But obviously, cats are not included. That's part of my coworker who designed some of these slides. So because this is an AI conference, I wanted to take some time to speak about 2 of our current prizes. The first is the IBM Watson AI XPRIZE, a $5 million prize that challenges teams from around the world to use AI for good. And to solve their own chosen grand challenge. The IBM Watson AI XPRIZE aims to accelerate the adoption of artificial intelligence, AI technologies, and spark creative, innovative, and audacious demonstrations of technology that are truly scalable to solve societal grand challenges. Rather than set a single universal goal for all the teams, this competition invites teams of technologists in AI to create their own goal, an application of AI to a grand challenge with a novel solution. The competition has currently reached the semifinal stages with 10 teams from 6 countries competing with their own derived solutions. So currently we have teams from the United States, from Canada, parts of Europe, the Middle East, and Australia. So the teams will be meeting in New York City in about 2 weeks for the semifinals. And our grand finale will be at TED 2020 in Vancouver this coming April. So these teams tackle problems in healthcare, the environment, education, research, and society. Here's a quick summary of how wide-ranging the scope of domains teams are using AI in their innovative solutions. So AI Fred is using machine learning to increase treatment efficacy in mental health. Deep Drug is developing a drug design software that learns from the successes and failures of previous clinical trials to speed up the development of new drug development. Orbum is focusing on AI technology in the poultry industry to detect the gender of chickens, mainly because the industry kills over 7 billion one-day-old male chicks on a daily basis. Marinus is investigating how AI can turn big data into actionable intelligence to help law enforcement detect criminal activity. So these are just a few of what our unique teams are trying to solve their own novel challenges in AI and make strides towards a better day for humanity. The second prize I want to talk about is the Rainforest XPRIZE. So the rainforests make up 6% of the Earth's surface, but they house approximately 50 million inhabitants and over 50% of the planet's biodiversity. Although they are the most biodiverse ecosystems, there's a limited knowledge of everything that lives in these iconic systems. The Rainforest XPRIZE is a $10 million 4-year challenge to measure the biodiversity of the rainforest at all levels of the canopy and derive insights. The motivation for this prize is that if people understood the true value of the rainforest, they wouldn't be destroying it. For example, the mass clearing of the Amazon rainforest that has escalated threatens many of the species that call the rainforest home. The competition was just launched and is currently registering teams. Registration started last November with with registration closing in May, and the final deadline to enroll in this competition is June 30th. While the prize is technology agnostic, it's very likely that successful teams will have to use AI technologies in combinations with satellites, drones, computer vision, acoustics, and robotics to build a winning technology. The AI connection for this prize for the rainforest is for the rapid identification of species. So it's one thing to detect flora and fauna, but identifying and classifying each species will require machine learning and AI, and in my opinion, more specifically, convolutional neural networks and instances of deep learning. We will be providing teams with a data wish list, so which essentially asks teams what type of data they feel they require to come to their own derived solution. So whether it's proprietary satellite imagery or other governments' sources, all teams will have exactly what they need to feel that they solve their own challenge. Once the teams have their biodiversity data, they have to layer it with other data to give judges new insights within 48 hours of their in-field test. And they can do this by using AI as well. So now you would probably ask, how can you win this prize? So the winning team will survey the most biodiversity and at least 3 stories of the rainforest. So there's the emergent, canopy, understory, and forest floor. So you have to get 3 out of the 4. This competition will enhance our understanding of the rainforest ecosystem by using rapid data integration to provide new wisdom about the forest as well as inspire investment and exploration. So the Rainforest XPRIZE will discover a true potential of the standing forest, allowing the development of a new sustainable local bioeconomy. So I highly recommend anyone interested in this area to visit rainforest.xprize.org to learn more, and you can register your interest there as well as join our mailing list. And to conclude, hopefully I've given you a better idea of what XPRIZE is and how the AI XPRIZE and the Rainforest XPRIZE are just 2 examples of how XPRIZE uses AI for good to solve global grand challenges. If you're passionate about using AI for the good and using AI to have a positive impact in Latin America, please check out our website and join a competition. Who knows, you could be winning millions of dollars and changing lives in a few short years. I have a couple of sell sheets that explain exactly what the rainforest is. You can come to me, and I'll also leave some in the front desk. Thank you guys all for your time.
Any questions? We have time for a question. So if you want to go ahead.
Hi, thank you for sharing all this information about this prize. I would like to know, I'm Gisela Bellerano, I'm a PhD student in computer science.
Okay.
I would like to know in how much does native people or people that have more knowledge about the forest or the woods or knowledge that are more inside of their tribes, or I don't know, is that somehow added in the project?
Not that I'm aware of. It's more of a technological aspect of trying to capture the biodiversity but in the layers of the forest. So I think there'll probably be experts that go into the rainforest with teams to get more information about stuff like that. But the prize itself is a technological base to try to measure the biodiversity. That's the plan and the goal of the prize.
Thanks.
I have a question. So here, do they need to be engineers, or do they need what do they need to have to apply to compete?
So to compete, you have to just enroll on our website. Have a team, obviously. You don't always have to use AI. It's a tool that we're going to give you. So I'm in charge at the company of building out in a coding environment, and in that coding environment, we give you instructions on how to use the data that we've provided. So it's up to you on how you come at your solution. It doesn't have to be AI based, but we're providing you with the tools and the AI sandbox environment to do what you want to do. So it's open to whatever you want to do.
All right, let's thank Krishna, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.